What is up, guys? Steven here, and I'm going to be bringing you an NU replay today. And today it is not going to be me playing, it was iplaytennislol. And we built this team. Well, I had built a team around Shedinja, and that was a couple days before the tier shifts, and it was really good. I liked the core of Shedinja, Hariyama, Xatu, Wigglytuff. It really made a lot of sense. And at the time, you know, there wasn't Kabutops in the tier, so Kabutops dropped down. And that means that we kind of had to change up the last two members, so Tennis was, you know, nice enough to help me with the last two members, and we changed those from, I believe, I don't remember what was in the last two slots, but they both lost to Kabutops. Oh, it was Rhydon and Slurpuff. So we changed that to Seismitoad and Garbodor to have more of a defensive feel. And, you know, we were just playing on ladder, and, you know, we're just kind of both ghosting each other, kind of, you know, just playing. And Tennis happened to get matched up against Raseri, which is really cool. Raseri's team looks fun. He has a Roselia, which is basically the coolest mon in history, so there's that. And yeah, it was really interesting in this battle, kind of showed the potential of Shedinja and NU. I feel like it has a lot of potential because it walls a bunch of top mons. It walls stuff like Kangaskhan, it walls Feraligatr, it walls Seismitoad, it walls Klinklang, it walls Ludicolo, it walls almost everything that's relevant in Rain, which is really nice since Kabutops dropped down, so Rain is going to be really good. And I'm kind of rambling on now, so let's get right into it. First turn, gonna lead Wigglytuff because it is our Stealth Rocker. As he leads with Vigoroth, then we find its Eviolite. Unfortunately, it does have Taunt, so that really sucks. But that does allow us to go into Garbodor on some sort of physical attack and deal Rocky Helmet damage. And now we're gonna go into Xatu to bounce the Taunt, which really makes sense. And Raseri makes an excellent double switch here, going into Mesprit on the Garbodor. So that was a really good play. And he ends up tricking our Xatu a choice band, so that is amazing for him. However, we do realize that since he's banded, we most likely can do work against this Mesprit. So we're going to X-Scissor as he actually knocks off our Focus Sash. If you didn't know how that worked, the Sash still works, so it's not a big deal. Just go for Shadow Sneak to try to take that out, because we knew he had switch-ins to the stuff he could switch in on the Sneak. So on a Seismitoad, we're going to go into Xatu to try to bounce Presumed Rocks, as he ends up knocking off the Choice Band he gave us, which is really nice. And at this point, he just goes for Roost, not really a big deal, and Raseri's going to U-turn out and go into Klinklang as Xatu Calm Minds, but this is completely fine because we have a Shedinja. I mean, it completely walls this Klinklang. It can't touch us. So we're just going to go for damage with X-Scissor on whatever he wants to go into. And Vigoroth is gross, so we're going to go for Protect to scout his set, see what he has. So he goes for Toxic on the Protect, and at this point we're just going to go into Garbodor. It's the safest play. At this point we are going to try to Spike Stack, but unfortunately he taunts us, predicting that. So that's fine, and now Vigoroth can come in, and it has Slack Off, so it's a defensive Vigoroth, which is really cool. And at this point, we're very real and bounce the Toxic on our Seismitoad and hit the Vigoroth, which is really good. And now, expecting some sort of switch, we're just going to Dazzling Gleam, and this Mesprit is a big honkin' threat to the team, so we're just going to Gleam again and take it out. So now he goes into Hariyama, which is really annoying, but fortunately we do have a Wigglytuff, which is a Fairy type, and it does outspeed it, so we're pretty much guaranteed to get our rocks here. So he goes for Bullet Punch, and it does a good amount of damage, but fortunately for us, not enough. He did not take us out. So at this point we can go back in the Xatu and go for a clean Roostinator. So he goes for the knockoff, and we can live another one, so we want to get good damage with Psyshock. So he does just go for knockoff again, and at this point, predicting Bullet Punch, gonna go into Garbodor. So as you can see, pretty much the whole point of using this team is just don't let them get hazards, and eventually you have a pretty decent chance of winning. So we Drain Punch the Hariyama. He has no way to remove hazards, so that's really good for us. At this point, we're going to stay in and get another Spike, expecting him to predict the Xatu to come in, and he puts us to sleep, and at this point, we're kind of forced to go into Xatu as he just takes us out. But this gives us a free switch into Shedinja, and we get a Swords Dance. It's late game, so that's really good for us, as we're going to expect some sort of switch, and we know it would kill with X-Scissor anyway, so we are just going to go for that, as it does take out the incoming Vigoroth, so that worked out really well. And at this point, we pretty much know we can win the game with Seismitoad, so we are just going to X-Scissor as he goes for knockoff, because we can just go into Hariyama, and go for knockoff, and that's just it's gonna force in his Klinklang. So yeah, we feel we can win the game right now with Earthquake on Seismitoad, because his Roselia can't switch in. He does take us out with the Gear Grind, and that is okay. And at this point, we are gonna go into Seismitoad, which Klinklang can't touch, so he would either have to sack this or switch, which he ends up doing. Earthquake does take him out, so that was really, really nice. And his last is indeed the Klinklang, which, like I said, it's fully defensive. That did absolutely nothing. So Earthquake is going to guarantee us the game, and that was a really, really good game, Raseri. Shedinja is a lord, basically. Peace out, guys.